Hello, beautiful souls. This is your energy forecast for October 12th through October 18th. And I'm Portia from Soul Card Studio. This week, we step into week 42 of 2025. And this is guided by the Three of Spades, which is a card of creativity, versatility, and learning through challenges. Let's see how this energy weaves together with astrology and numerology. So, let's get started. Alrighty, we still have the sun in Libra, keeping the spotlight on fairness, harmony, and relationships still. But the moon this week is traveling through Taurus into Gemini, then Cancer. So when we think of Taurus and the moon being in Taurus, think of stability, finances, and grounding. And then when it moves into Gemini, that might spark your curiosity. Maybe you'll start communicating more. You're maybe craving a little variety during that time, because that's all, energy of Gemini. And then when the moon slides into home, which is Cancer, because the moon is home in Cancer, that's when you may be more emotional, more nurturing, want to be around the home more, doing things around the house. So this movement invites you to ground your energy, but also explore new ideas. But finish the week by reconnecting with your emotional roots, basically, with the moon traveling through these three signs. Now, the forecast as far as numerology goes, now this is still a universal month one, right? We're still in October, which is the 10th month. So, of course, fresh start is still the theme this month. But through this week's cycles and the days that we're going to go through this week, we have day 8, which is going to be more focused on ambition, power, and finances. So that being combined with the number 1 month, that's a great day for business, right? For handling business affairs, maybe dealing with financial affairs on top of that, because 8 rules in that area. 8 is the number of abundance. On day 9, you may feel called to complete some things, maybe release something, maybe get rid of old clothes, old baggage, emotional baggage. You want to come to completion on things, have an ending. So if you wanted to have a talk, if you're in a relationship and you're thinking about completing it, then this would definitely be the energy in which you need in order to propel you forward. And then that starts all over again, right? We're back on day 1. So on a day 1 and a month 1, let me tell you, the energy there is right for new beginnings, initiation, also for you to have more clarity. Because remember, the day before is going to be a day 9. So on that day 9, once you complete what you need to finish, then that next day, which will be a day 1, then you can start fresh and anew. So release whatever baggage that you have on day 9 so you can receive more on day 1. So this is just a mini arc of closing one door before opening another, right? So that's what we'll be doing numerology wise during this week. Now, I spoke about the card of the week earlier, and it is the Three of Spades. And this is the card of creativity through trial and error. Yes, that 3 energy is all about creativity, but also about socializing, friendships, and things like that. And 3 also tend to worry, so that would be the negative side. So, but the energy that this card brings ultimately is exploration, flexibility, and then try multiple paths at once, right? Because 3 is a number variety. The shadow side, of course, would be scattering your energy, being stressed, or fear of failure. Again, that 3 energy tends to worry, so you need to be mindful of that. And you could be stressed, which is going to cause you more worry and then more fear. Now, with the Libra sun keeping us focused on balance, the lesson here is don't spread yourself too thin, right? You want to channel your creativity with intention. Don't let that three energy scatter you, right? You want to be intentional with it. And this card also suggests expressing yourself through multiple outlets. So maybe that's journaling or having conversations, or maybe a spiritual practice or ritual that you do daily, so that the stress doesn't get trapped inside, right? You want to release that energy, release that worry, that fear, and that doubt. So let's talk about the energy guidance for this week, week 43. So, energy guidance in the journal prompt for this week, we're going to talk about early in the week, because remember I mentioned that we're going to be the moon will be in Taurus. So that's day 8. So day 8 supports practical planning and financial discussions. Align your creativity with something tangible. Now, midweek, when the moon is in Gemini, that's going to bring around the day 9, and it's going to bring conversations that help you release outdated patterns. So don't be afraid to pivot, right? And don't be afraid of how that shows up. Like, for instance, if you're a person that criticizes people for just dancing in public, however they want to be, and then you suddenly find yourself wanting to dance out in public and not giving a care about what people think. Right? Don't be afraid and be subconscious about what will people think or how will I look. Just do it. Right? Don't be afraid to pivot. Just feel the moment, and in that moment, do what you feel is necessary, right? Because we often stop ourselves thinking we're going to look silly, but self-expression is just that. It's just the expression of yourself, and it's nothing more than you releasing and expanding, right? Expanding yourself to try new things. And if you're worried about what other people think, then you're always going to limit yourself, right? So let that day energy let you release any old ways of thinking, old patterns, and old limitations, so you can expand. Now, on your weekend, which is going to be, the moon's going to be in Cancer, and also day 1, well, this is going to be new emotional beginnings for you. So you may want to start fresh with your family, your friends, or maybe just a self-care practice, maybe some type of healthcare routine, like exercising more, right? Going for daily walks. Now, the journal prompt that I have for you this week would be, where am I juggling too much, and how can I channel my creativity in one aligned path this week? So think about that. Where are you spreading yourself too thin? And where can you be intentional with your focus, maybe into one thing, right? Because when we're all scattered trying to do too much, it doesn't work. But when we're being intentional with our energy and we're focusing our energy and being consistent and persistent, then that's when results happen. So keep in mind in closing that the theme for this week is creative alignment through focus. Under the influence of the 3 of Spades, explore, yes, but also ground your energy into what truly matters. Remember, trial and error is just the journey, part of the journey. It leads to wisdom. If you'd like to go deeper, become a paid Substack member for early access to these weekly videos. And plus, my daily energy posts, you get that every day to your inbox, and also access to Numi, which is my AI chatbot who can help you with a variety of numerology questions that you may have. And if you want a one-on-one session with me, feel free to book a session. And if you're looking for tools and guidance, well, I have the Divine Align candles and journals that will help you keep aligned with the energy of the week. All the links are below. So stay radiant, stay aligned, and I'll see you next week.